Is there anyone in the audience that wants to ask a question to the band? Right here.
You here, eating the paste. Yes. Yeah, you. Yes, yes.
What kind of creative differences does Stone Sour allow y'all, compared to the other bands that you're in?
I guess we can, the biggest difference is that we can kind of break out of that dark box. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have stuff that's dark and heavy and whatnot, but at the same time, we have songs that are very sweet, bittersweet, like Hesitate. It just kind of allows us a lot of breathing room, and referring to the other band, I mean, we kind of have a lot of freedom in that genre, but we're still very much in that genre, With this band, there's so much like pollinization, really, where we take blends of all different kinds of genres and kind of make them our own, I mean, we have a very distinct style, but at the same time, it's so all over the place that it just works for us, and we've never limited ourselves to the point where we're like, well, that sounds a little too saccharine. It sounds a little too, whatever, man. I mean, it's music. Make the music, and I think that's one of the freedoms that we really get. I mean, musically, you get to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot more free as a guitar player, and everybody in this band writes and brings things to the table, and we all have such different influences and writing styles that, if like one person writes a song and we all bring our influence to that particular song, it creates like a completely different sound from, like what the demos were like or things like that. So, and that sort of happens a little bit in the other band. But with this band, it's a little more organic. Yeah.
All right, good question. Anybody else have a question? Ready? Go for it.
When did y'all realize y'all wanted to be rock stars? It's like
That hasn't happened yet. As far as like making music or whatever, I knew I had a talent for it when I was 12. So that was right around the time I really kind of threw myself into it and started teaching myself how to play guitar so I could write songs and whatnot. But I mean, I didn't know that I was going to be singing. I started out as a drummer. Like I was like just bashing drums in my basement, this crappy $100 voice kit, that I didn't even have enough money to replace cymbals, so they just broke and just got worse and worse to the point that it sounded like a garbage can, basically. And it was, but I loved it, like it was what I wanted to do, but it wasn't until Stone Sour first got together, which was a long time ago, that, I really was like, you know what, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I threw caution to the wind. I was like, I'm not gonna give myself a safety net. I'm gonna go for it with everything I've got, because that's the only way you're gonna achieve everything that you want. And it was risky, and it takes a lot of luck, and it takes a lot of being in the right place at the right time as well. But for the most part, if you devote yourself to what you want in your heart, you can achieve anything. And I don't think a lot of people say that anymore. So that's me saying, do whatever you feel in your heart, and you'll accomplish the world. Even if you don't make a lot of money at it, you'll still be doing something that fulfills you. And then it's not a job, it's your life, and it's completely different.
Well said.
Now that I got my Tony Robbins moment out of the way.
So if you let's hypothesize and say